Mark was a seasoned hiker. He sought solace in the silent cathedrals of the forest, the well-trodden path his guide. On this particular autumn day, the woods were a blaze of gold and crimson. But the peace he was seeking was about to be shattered by a creature that should have been timid and fleeting, a doe. She appeared suddenly, stepping out from behind a thicket of birch trees. She wasn't startled. She didn't run. She just stood in the middle of the path, blocking his way, and stared at him with large, liquid brown eyes. Mark stopped, admiring her beauty, expecting her to bolt at any moment. But she didn't. Instead, she took a step towards him. Then, she did something unbelievable. She gently nudged his leg with her nose. It wasn't an aggressive gesture. It was an insistent one. A clear push. Mark was bewildered. He tried to step around her, but she moved with him. Again, nudging him, this time towards the dense, untracked woods off the path. "Hey, easy there," Mark said, laughing nervously. "What's your deal?" The doe let out a soft, low bleat, a sound filled with an almost human-like anxiety. She would nudge him, then look back into the dark woods, then look at him again, her eyes pleading. This was not normal deer behavior. This was a deliberate, desperate communication. Every instinct told Mark to stay on the path, to avoid the unknown. But a stronger instinct, a feeling of profound empathy, told him to listen. Something was wrong. Okay, I'm coming." Mark sighed, his curiosity and concern overriding his caution. "You win. Show me." As if she understood his words, the doe turned and started walking into the forest, pausing every few feet to make sure he was still following. She led him through thorny bushes and over fallen logs, deeper and deeper into a part of the woods he would never have entered on his own. The air grew still and heavy. The light of the afternoon struggled to pierce the thick canopy of leaves. After about 10 minutes of walking, the doe stopped. They were in a small, hidden clearing. The doe bleated again, a sound of pure distress. And then Mark saw it. His blood ran cold. It was an unthinkable scene of cruelty and desperation. There, on the ground, was another deer, a young fawn, its leg caught in the cruel metal jaws of a rusty bear trap. The trap was illegal, a forgotten remnant of a more brutal time. The fawn was alive, but weak, its breathing shallow. It had clearly been there for some time, its mother a helpless, frantic witness to her child's slow, agonizing fate. The mother doe looked from her trapped baby to Mark, her eyes a mirror of every parent's worst nightmare. She had overcome her natural, instinctual fear of humans, the most dangerous predator of all, to beg for help from the one creature that could possibly save her child. It was an act of staggering courage and faith. Mark's hiking pack contained a small first aid kit and a multi-tool. It wasn't much, but it would have to do. He approached the trap slowly, speaking in a low, soothing voice to both mother and child. "It's okay. I'm here to help." The mother doe didn't run. She stood just a few feet away, watching his every move, trusting this stranger completely. It was a difficult, painstaking process. The rust-caked jaws of the trap were incredibly strong. Mark had to use all his strength, leveraging a sturdy branch with his multi-tool to slowly, agonizingly pry the metal teeth apart. The fawn cried out in pain, and the mother doe flinched with every sound, but she held her ground. Finally, with a loud snap, the jaws released. The fawn's leg was free. The fawn, weak and terrified, struggled to its feet. Its mother rushed to its side, nudging it, licking its wound, her entire body trembling with relief. She guided her limping baby slowly away, deeper into the safety of the woods. But before she disappeared, she stopped. She turned her head and looked back at Mark one last time. It wasn't just a look. It was a clear, profound acknowledgement. It was a thank you. Mark stood alone in the silent clearing, his hands shaking, his heart pounding with a mix of adrenaline and awe. He had been a part of something primal, something sacred, a communication that transcended species, driven by the universal power of a mother's love. He found the solace he was looking for, but not in the silence of the path. He found it in the desperate plea of a wild animal and in the act of compassion that followed.
Sometimes, the most important journeys happen when we are guided off our chosen path. They lead us to the discovery that deep in the wild heart of nature, the language of love, desperation, and gratitude is one we can all understand.